So PETA, you know, the organization that pretends to care about animals, even though it kills 75% plus of animals in their care. Yeah, them. They have spoken out against Palworld because, I don't know, an attempt of relevancy. It's like, okay, Palworld's really popular. Let's try to hate on them. So now they're speaking out against Palworld and issued a statement. So let's go ahead and laugh at them while we look at this. Now, normally I would be eating a bag of beef jerky or something as I read this. But alas, I have eaten all my beef jerky and I need to restock. This is really funny coming from me because I am a carnivore. Like literally, I eat all meat and animal-based products. I completely eliminated vegetables from my diet. But that's another discussion. So this comes to us from Insider Gaming. I saw Game Rant also covered it, and I was just like, I cannot read an article from Game Rant. Please don't make me. So PETA issues statement on Palworld animal cruelty. Palworld continues to surpass every expectation and sort. Now, if you guys don't know what Palworld is, I made a video about this too. Because Palworld's been under attack for a bunch of different reasons, but it's basically a survival game with Pokemon-esque animals that you can fight as well. I've yet to try it, though I want to. I saw somebody was writing on signs. You can write on signs, and apparently they don't censor certain gamer words and stuff, which I found hilarious. So it's like, maybe I should try this game. This could be really funny. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. It sold more than 7 million copies since it was released less than a week ago. Yes, it is extremely popular right now. It's even beaten Counter-Strike, which is extremely shocking in terms of peak concurrent player numbers and all that. So anyway, the point of contention around the game's pals, which are more than reminiscent of Nintendo's Pokemon characters, and Dragon Quest characters. Can I say that? Because Pokemon copied off of Dragon Quest. So let's get it right. There are also claims that AI has been used to generate these pals. There are also the debate, yes, around animal cruelty in Palworld, with users needing to capture, kill, and put to work a range of animalistic creatures. I recently reached out to PETA to see how the organization feels about the claims of animal cruelty running rampant in Palworld. They're aware. I thought it would be prudent to check in with PETA to see where the charity stands on the topic of animal cruelty and abuse in Palworld. From the moment I booted up Palworld, I found myself punching the living daylights out of sheep and cat-like creatures, trapping them in pal spheres and putting them to work in my base, building up my early game empire. This is a game wherein you can equip cute animals with assault rifles and send them out to fight against other creatures. It has generated a buzz among activists who abhor animal cruelty. But what's PETA's opinion on the matter? Here's a statement I obtained from PETA's VP of Programs, Eliza Allen. PETA has already heard from many Palworld fans who have no interest in eating pals and want a vegan guide created for the game. Guys, a vegan guide for Palworld. These non-existent animals. Okay, it's Veganuary as well. Ooh, now also January is World Carnivore Month, so that's funny. I think the timing was coincidentally the same, which I'll be pushing my carnivore rhetoric after this. And gamers want to help animals by eating vegan in their game worlds and outside. There were no comments offered in reference to setting up slave labor camps and forcing pals to work under the pain of death, though. What's your standpoint? Okay, so Dexerto also made this tweet, and this keeps getting more interesting, by the way. So anyway, here you have like a bunch of sheep things with some heavy machine guns. All right. Yes. Okay. So this was PETA's statement about wanting that we just read, right? Wanting a guide. They have the full context of the statement here. Oh my gosh, I'm so curious about the vegan guide. Okay, well, here, okay. Oh, we have Disparu, which I love Disparu, so we're gonna showcase his comment here. He says, PETA is annoyed people eat the pals they kill rather than just murdering them for no reason, like they would. Yes, like they would, like PETA would, right? Okay, so we have Opera GX, right? Opera, the browser, the internet browser Opera says, sorry, but my sweatshop, I keep my creatures working 24/7, does not have a 97% mortality rate. So here we have, this headline that says PETA killed 97. Whoa, I said 75%. So I was wrong. It's 97%. PETA killed 97% of adoptable pets in its care during 2009. Whoo! Then someone said mine had a 100%. And they shared this completionist. I think this is really hilarious. I would not have expected Opera to chime in on this. The browser. Opera the browser. So this is, okay, I'm going to get on a soapbox here and say, don't trust charities. Just don't. I don't like charities at all. We've already seen a bunch of scandals surrounding charities. I mean, first of all, this has always been a thing. But look at what recently happened with the Gerard, the completionist charities and all of that. Them not actually donating the money, which I don't even want to get too much into that, because I don't know a lot of the specifics about it. And I also don't want to be just hating on Gerard, because I don't know his involvement. I don't know all of that. But I will say, see, it's a charity, and that didn't meet expectations and all that kind of stuff. Like, this is the thing. And I've seen, oh my gosh, even with GoFundMe's and stuff like that, unless you absolutely know 1,000%, hey, this is going where it's supposed to go, be very careful. Now, I do a ton of research. I like to give to a charity that, the most recent charity I've given to was for giving Bibles to people, right? I want to say it was Bibles to prisoners, and things like that. That's kind of stuff I like to, if I'm going to donate to a charity, or I like to just individual GoFundMe's where I know people are in need. I know they're getting it, right? Or Give, Send, Go. I prefer that to GoFundMe even. But where I know, because I even had someone from my community, this was the worst thing. Someone from my community who at one time was even a moderator, who I had seen in my community for years, they faked cancer. I know. And I felt terrible because I had my community. This has been years ago, by the way. But I myself, another one of my moderators at the time, we donated a lot of money. We had a stream and we had the community donate to help toward this person's cancer. And then this person, like a week later, said, oh, by the way, just had surgery. I'm cancer free now, and was doing squats and lifts at the gym a week later. So, I mean, safe to say, that doesn't sound like they actually had cancer. So who knows where that went. But yeah, I felt terrible about that. And for that reason, I stopped whenever members of the community are like, hey, my family really needs help with this or that, and they want to share their GoFundMe. I stopped allowing that because of that. And it's not that I think the majority of people wouldn't do something so despicable like that. But after that, it was like, whoa, I got fooled by someone who has been in the community for years, who was a moderator. I never would have thought they would have done something like that. And alas, that's what happened. So especially when it comes to organizations, right? Charity organizations, a ton of them are just in it for the profit. They can call themselves nonprofit all you want, but they are in it for the profit, the tax write-off, stuff like that. There are people who run businesses, and they know they can make more money having a charity. They know they can launder money through their charity, so on and so forth. So be very, very careful about charities. Very, 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 very careful. I cannot stress this enough. So charities like PETA, I firmly believe it's a money laundering thing. It's a business. It is not an actual charity. They're really not. What have they done for the animals? What have they done, right? I don't know anything. I used to be vegan at one point. I know it's hard to believe, but I used to be vegan at one point because I love animals. And so I tried the whole vegan thing. And naturally, I think when it comes to food, I like vegetarian type foods. I used to not really like red meat that much. And so I ate mostly like a vegetarian for a long time. And then I went full vegan for a time. Never felt more ill in my life. So thankfully, I'm not too stubborn to admit when I'm wrong on something. I have no problems with that. So, I mean, I'm sure you could even dig up some old posts I made on Twitter and stuff pushing this vegan stuff. And I did. And I was like, I was feeling so great. Oh, yeah, I'm saving the animals. Well, then I started noticing a huge decline in just how my energy levels, I was struggling to get out of bed. And you weren't doing vegan right. Dude, if you need a big, huge guide for how to do veganism, or you're not doing it right, then maybe veganism isn't healthy, period, right? I was supplementing. I was on a meal plan that I was ordering actual meal service that was supposed to give me all the nutrients that I needed, right? I wasn't eating just French fries and stuff like that. I've never consistently eaten junk food in my life. Anytime I'd ever eaten junk food, it was like a specific occasion or something. But consistently in my day-to-day, eat junk food, garbage food, literally has never been a thing. That's why I've never had a weight problem. Fortunately, I grew up in a family where my mom home-cooked meals for us. And I never got in the habit of eating fast food or junk food on a regular basis ever. So anyway, when I did go vegan, I was not doing it that wrong way, eating just a bunch of junk food, because I'd never lived a lifestyle where I ate junk food every single day. I was doing it specifically with the meal plan, struggling to get out of bed. I noticed mentally, my mental health, that's when I drew the line the most, because I was already like physically feeling weak and all that, but mentally, I was falling into such a dark depression that I was like, oh, okay, I can't do this. I was wrong. I'm not getting the nutrients I need. I was wrong. I'm going to change. Once I did manage to get out of bed, I'm pretty sure the first thing I made was bacon and eggs, and I ate it. And I was like, you know what? I was like, I love animals, but I ain't going to die. I ain't going to die for them, or I ain't going to sacrifice my quality of life for them. And I admitted to the internet. Like it did. I was like, hey, by the way, guys, I'm not vegan anymore, because some people will pretend like they're vegan and they're too stubborn or too prideful to admit when they were wrong. So even they will be sneaking and eating stuff that's not vegan, but they won't tell the internet because they're too prideful. Thank the Lord, I didn't have that issue. I was just, hey guys, I was wrong. Guess what? I was wrong. Haha, that's funny, but I'm doing something about it now. And that's what I did. And so I switched back to like a standard American type diet. And I've shared time and time again, like as I mentioned, carnivore, right? So let me get in now where I'm full carnivore diet, right? I discovered carnivore because of my endometriosis. And, for those who don't know what that is, it's like a female reproductive health issue where you get like this endometriosis lining stuff that grows on the outside of your organs and all that. And it can be extremely painful. Cause a ton of issues. And I had that ever since puberty. And so it really affected my quality of life and my general day-to-day. And instead of getting surgery, I didn't want to get surgery and stuff. I've always been a bit of a, hey, how can I naturally approach this type person. I've never been one that wants to just get a shot or wants to get a surgery or wants to take a pill. I don't like medicines. I don't like surgeries, none of that. I'm like, hey, how can I do this naturally? And I just lived with it because I didn't want to take any of those methods. So I was like, okay, discovered carnivore, where you just eat nothing but meat, dairy, fish. That's it. Because some people said it helped them with that, and a number of other things. I especially see with like type 2 diabetes, Hashimoto's, just general obesity, stuff like that. People have changed their life eating carnivore, and it sounds insane, but it's really like the most natural way you could possibly eat. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. And it's been over 4 years now. Granted, I'd had times between that where I had fallen off the wagon briefly, or I had added vegetables and tried more of a ketovore. Like, let's see if I can do vegetables. And it's not, I'll tell you, it's not terrible if you're just eating meat, eggs, dairy, fish, and some vegetables. That's not terrible. Most people would be way healthier than 99% of people out there if they ate like that. But after being strict carnivore and doing that and noticing that, oh, okay, I am a little more bloated when I have vegetables. Carnivore, well, that's the first thing I noticed. No bloating at all. It's just completely changed my life. Or my skin. Like if I started eating a little more vegetables, all of a sudden I have extremely sensitive skin. So it's like, I started getting little breakouts and stuff. And it's like, okay, I'm going to just cut the vegetables out. So yeah, I've been back to, I switched back to going full carnivore because it's just changed my life like that. So it's funny. PETA would not like someone like me, but I love animals. My family have a farm. I get my eggs from that farm. I drink raw milk from their farm sometimes. I love it. Never been in better health in my life. And I love their animals and they're really sweet and cute and all that. But the thing is we need to eat to survive. And sometimes that is going to involve, more often than not, it should involve eating other animals. Animals in general. I don't believe people are animals. We're created in the image of God. So that's how God designed it. That's how the world is. It's just life. It's just life. And I'm going to be healthy. I'm not going to sacrifice my life for some animals. My big thing is, hey, I prefer when I like to get meat from farms, and I don't always get from farms, by the way, but I prefer that because factory farming isn't as humane. But hey, animals that get to live on a farm, they get to like open range, all that kind of stuff, or free range, they get to live a happy life for a bit, and then we eat them, and then we get to be happy and healthy. It's a circle of life. It's how it is. It's how God made things. Anyway, there you have it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, if you want to catch me streaming some video games, you can do so on Wednesdays. I know I didn't stream yesterday. I'm sorry, guys. Recently had a death in my family, and so it's just been a lot of adjusting for me getting back on schedule, but I'm working on it. Also, if you want me to read the Bible to you, you can catch me on my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack. Thank you all again. I'll catch you next time. And in the meantime, go boom. Miles Morales.